Hey everybody, welcome back to another technical analysis video. Today I'm going to be covering some BTC and some ETH because we've seen a nice bounce across the board. I just want to start off by saying thanks to everyone who's been tuning into the streams recently. I've been really enjoying doing live TA, taking chart requests, and just generally communicating with you guys and answering questions, so I appreciate that. One thing I want to bring up is that I'm currently giving away 1 Ethereum. So thank you to everyone who entered and subscribed to the YouTube channel over the past 24 hours, and also those who've been supporting since the start, right? So in this video, I'll be giving away 1 ETH, so stay tuned, and I'll be picking someone after we've done some TA. So appreciate everyone for entering, but let's get on with the charts. So first things first is I want to look at Ethereum. It's something I talked about on the stream yesterday. Someone was asking me, what do I think of the market right now, and do I think like I'm bearish overall? So there's some really important things to note from our 2017 and also 2013 on a lower time frame. But let's focus on 2017 because it's the most most relevant price action for us and the most advanced move we've had compared to 2013, which was a bit more a bit earlier, and the volatility just wasn't there on the downside as much. So 2017, late May, early June, we saw this dip, right, which was around minus 70%, 68 I think, with candle close around 60 or something like that. And I think that's probably what we're seeing now. You can see that this local high was formed here, and I think that is what we formed here. Because it looks very similar, and I think the market is still generally bullish generally. Especially after a drop down of around 58%. And we've seen multiple, even here, even there was a wick down 48%, right? 49%. We just saw price generally move in a more accumulated fashion before we actually made it a high, right? There was probably a lot of people here thinking this was the top. Wow, we're up 5,000%, but it wasn't actually the top, and price just needed to shake out weak hands, accumulate, and then really take the breakout. So as you can see here, this was our local high. We had a failed rejection here. I'll put that, and then on the third and final retest we broke out, which is here. So this was our breakout. And this is generally what I'm thinking is going to happen in the market this year. I think we're going to accumulate and just see some distribution over the next, I would say 1 to 2 months, maybe 3 months. But the market is moving a lot faster. Our drawdowns are happening a lot faster. This drawdown here probably took 2 months, 6 weeks. This was just, less than a week. So the market is cycling through a lot faster through its phases, which is good and also bad, depending if you're using leverage. But what I want to watch for is this key breakout of this level here, and that is where I'd be looking to enter on Ethereum. So yeah, that's currently what I'm looking at in terms of a high time frame trade. If you want to try and mark out some potential fib levels, you've got 11k and 6k as potential targets for upside. So yeah, still generally very bullish on Ethereum, also generally bullish on the market. I think this is a really strong shakeout generally, and I'm still very, very bullish on price action. Let's take a look at lower time frames and see how we have been forming today, and just see what's been happening generally. So I'm going to take a look at this ETH chart on the daily basis, and I'll just start mapping out some levels from scratch. So very important support here. This was previous our local high at 2k, and that is where we really needed to defend price action. So anywhere in this region, that's where we'd be entering. I did post on Twitter I was buying 1900, 1800, 1850, even like 2.2k is like a pretty good entry. So if anyone caught them, nice job. Next level to watch for is like here. This is between 26 and 2500. Another potential support and resistance level, which now has been flipped into support, which is really good. That's what I was looking for and talking about on stream yesterday. So yeah, now that we're above this level, there's a really clear indicator of when we want to be long and when we want to be short. So I'm happy longing into this with a next resistance at 3k. Probably not at like 28, but like anything below like 2700 is a pretty good level. And what we're going to look for is like some distribution and some accumulation. But our exit would be if we broke down from this region, and flipped it back into resistance. Hope that makes sense. So any daily close below 2500 is now an exit for me to close some of my spot positions and also close my leverage. But until that happens, I'm still pretty happy generally being long on the market and feeling as though this was just a shakeout to trap late shorters and just liquidate some weak hands, because the fact of the matter is that we can't keep going up forever, and price would always needs to recover and like has some type of correction. So hopefully it's over, but generally I want to see some accumulation here between 26 and 2900 before a breakout above 3k. So that's generally my thesis and general outlook on Ethereum right now. But let's take a look at BTC. So in terms of BTC, you can see right here, on the daily time frame, we trapped at quite a lot of wicks, quite a lot of late shorters, quite a lot of like liquidity taken at like 30,000 and 31,000, which was a really strong support level because we saw distribution here in January, which was our local high support. So when we saw that local high, 40k in January, the support level where buyers stepped in was around 30k. So being able to defend 30k with just wicks now is definitely bullish. But any candle closes down here would be a little bit worrying. But as long as we hold 30k as support, things look okay. Now, BTC doesn't seem to be as strong as ETH right now. Definitely ETH is leading the market. But that's because BTC has this really strong resistance between 38k and 40,000. And like I said on stream, this red area, resistance right now, I'm going to be entering when that turns green, and that is like a valid support level. So my entry would be around 40k. Once 40k is turned into support, and I think it's pretty clear. There's not much to chart. You can see here, which was our impulse candle to break higher. That's my potential support level now, which is 38. And it looks like on a low time frame, if we zoom in, we are defending that level pretty well now as support. But still running into this resistance of 40k. So once 40k is broken, I'm happy to take a long position. But right now, similar to ETH, I'm just expecting some accumulation and then a break higher. And that's how I see BTC, generally speaking, on like a one-day time frame. Let's take a look at what we see on a weekly. But I think, like, you know, in general, I think that was a really strong shakeout that we've had. So obviously, maybe people were expecting the previous all-time high, which is like our major support, didn't get that low. And most of the support stepped in either here at 36, between 36 and 38,000, which is previous resistance. So I'll mark that out. But yeah, you know, we got wicks here. It's been resistance previously here. It's been support previously like here. And now we had a wick under, which was 14%, but generally closing pretty strong above. You know, and like price action like this, even though we're running into this resistance here, as long as we're just accumulating above this 35k. I think the next entry level is 38k, 40k once we break out, because that was our previous local high in terms of candle closure. So that's what I'm seeing on Bitcoin. Generally speaking, the markets are looking good. And yeah, I'll chart BNB because I think it's a pretty interesting chart. And it's a trade we took on stream yesterday. So in terms of BNB, two very important things. So very easily and very clear to mark out this support level at 222. You can see when price was ranging between February and March before the breakout, like 2200 was our range low and 3500 was our range high. So I'll mark them out for you. So range high, range low. And we saw a wick down. This was my position entry price right here into 2200. We took a long position and we closed at around 300. I think either yesterday or the day before. The reason for closing was price was in this accumulation or distribution level between two resistance points, one being 3200 and the other one being 320, and the other one being 350. And now price has actually broken out on like a low time frame, and you can see that as long as we're using this 350 as support, price is a lot higher decline, and like the next resistance level is around about 430, 425. So expecting to see some upside and looking pretty good. If price breaks below 350, then looking to short BNB, but right now looking pretty healthy in general. And as long as the market doesn't get affected by BTC getting like crushed, then I think generally alts are bouncing back pretty strong across the board. You can just see if I'm opening TradingView, like a lot of stuff is bouncing back pretty heavy, like Cartesi, which we talked about on stream, Matic, Link, Sol. Yeah, Sol looks very, very good. I did get filled at 20 on the dip, but running into this resistance now at 36. But as long as we're using like 30 to 32 as support, I see no issues. Really, like a really nice entry point would be around 30. If we broke down, accumulated, and then we ended up breaking higher, right? Like once we break above 36 and confirm 36 as support, that is like our perfect confirmation of bullish upside. We're running into some resistance at the moment, which is to be expected. But yeah, generally speaking, ETH looks pretty good. Just needs to clear this next resistance level at 3K. BTC needs to clear 40. But mainly it's speaking out of the woods for now, in a more of a safer place. ETH being above 2600 and BTC being above 38,000 is really important, and something which really gives us some bullish confirmation. We just need to clear this next level, because this next level is what probably takes us to high time frame bullish continuation, and really like marks us as being validated for further upside. But yeah, that's pretty much it in terms of like BTC and ETH right now. I'm going to pick the winner for the 1 ETH. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just scroll through everyone, and I'm just going to pick a random winner, because it's impossible with like 3,000 people or 1,000 people to any other way. So I'm just going to scroll through. I'm just going to stop anywhere. I'm going to scroll up. I'm going to scroll down. Let's stop here and click here. So Agent L, I will be DMing you. Yeah, thank you for entering. I appreciate everyone who entered the giveaway. I really do appreciate it. Thanks for everyone for following this video, supporting. If you are new, please make sure to subscribe and like, and I'll see you all tomorrow for another stream. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you next time.